have a million ideas floating in my head. One of them is that we're so screwed up as a culture. I mean, I look at it and I read about the stuff that happens in the paper. I don't feel disenfranchised, but I understand people who are. And I look at them, and then you take it to the extreme, and they come in and they wipe people out, or they do whatever they need to do to get noticed or to feel. And in a million levels, it operates in this film.
Yeah, to be special in some sense, to obtain this notoriety, and to me the question there is, I mean, I watch the commercials, and that's what they're selling you. They're selling you a lifestyle, that you will be special if you drink this certain beer, you will have this special life. You will be considered special, and I wonder if there's not a correlation there. That's an odd.
Don't you feel though, when you see those commercials? Don't you do? I don't know if you do what I do. I look at that and I go, "That's BS."
Yeah, 100% now.
Absolutely.
Only from experience, though. I don't think in my younger days. No. There's a great commercial now. Wait, I got it. There's a great commercial now where it's these beautiful black and whites of kids and vignette of kids, and each one saying, "I want to work my way up to middle management." Next kid, "I want to be a brown noser." Next kid, it's really a very powerful commercial.
Wow.
I want to be forced into early retirement. And to me, this commercial is Fight Club.
I think that what the film is wrestling around in, though, is the idea that, yes, I mean, ideally we would all become more sophisticated consumers, but I think the film's dealing with the fact that our generation, as a generation, there really is a substantive difference in us and previous generations in terms of the consumer culture, which is we are the first generation raised from the cradle on television, and long before we had a chance to get sophisticated and jaded on some levels, our value system has been dictated by that consumer culture. It's been by the advertising culture has been telling us since we were kids that, just as it says in the movie, that your spiritual peace, your happiness will be achieved through the acquisition of these material goods, or that the thing to aspire to be is a millionaire or a movie god or a rock star, and that if you're not, on some level you should be dissatisfied, and as you grow up and realize on the whole that promise can't be fulfilled, the promise of advertising culture really can't be fulfilled, and that even to the degree that it is, even to the degree that you acquire the right furniture, the stereo you're never going to have to upgrade, that's not going to necessarily make you happy on the inside. And there's a dissatisfaction that boils under that.
It never makes you happy.
No.
Well, there's a great section of the book that we talk about it, and it states that we become spectators, that we're not in there participating, and it's talking about all the things that we buy and surround ourselves with to anesthetize our life, and this to me is the interesting.
There's another curious thing that interests me. I guess I'm a sensitive guy of the 90s,
Right.
I listen and I'm kind.
You seem sensitive.
Well, I'm working at it. But at the same time, I long to be a guy. I long to be not so sensitive that and the book addresses that a lot.
Right. It's got to be in the DNA. Well, like we grew up in a politically correct era where it's not right to argue or fight, or it's certainly not evolved. That may be true, evolved, but I think you have to go through it instead of immediately saying, we don't do that. You have to go through it to understand it. How can you understand it if you have not experienced it? So, and my question is it not in our DNA that we've been, from the caveman days, from survival, from protecting our own, from...
We're hunters.
Well, that's
Hunters
now we're gatherers.
Yeah, we're hunters now.
Yeah, a couple of sensitive guys from the 90s right here. So it's nice to see you.
Oh,
God, it's
great,
good film.
yeah.
It's too short.
Yeah.